In this review, we're going to be looking at something a little different. This is a knockoff of the Juggernaut, but not the regular Juggernaut. This is built on the 80th anniversary Hulk body. I knew about the knockoff 80th anniversary Hulk bodies. Actually, a friend of mine actually got a couple of them, and he said they're really good quality. They feel good, tight joints, and he told me about this thing. This thing is very impressive. For a knockoff, there's a lot of new tooling. It looks like you're basically using the same Juggernaut parts on the 80th anniversary body, but they've actually been scaled down to fit this body. It's really cool. All the joints are nice and tight. It feels the plastic quality. As you can see, this is built on this body. The only difference is the lower legs, hands, and you got the armbands, and they tooled these new armbands, gauntlets, and the knuckle dusters. Those are all new tooling. These are the Hulk hands. And this is not a straight up Juggernaut helmet. Pull out the 2-pack Juggernaut, which is they scaled down this head to match the scale of this body better. That is smaller. And inside it looks similar, but they made this one, the ball joint, peg hole bigger to fit the 80th anniversary head. But it looks really good. I didn't even notice until I got it in hand that it's scaled down. Of course, I have no way to know that, but it looks really good though. They put a lot of effort into this KO. I like it. The boots are also scaled down Juggernaut. They're modified Juggernaut boots. They scaled them down to work with the 80th anniversary Hulk body. That's a lot of work to make a KO. You see the feet are smaller, but they're same sculpt. You can see the textures and the wrinkles are the same, but just scaled down. Unlike the Juggernaut figures, where the armbands are all loose and the gauntlets and stuff, these are glued in place on the KO. When you get this thing, it comes in a bag like this. It almost makes you feel like it's got a feel that's like a mail-away or something, like back in the day when, I'm a big Transformer collector. When you got like robot points, you could mail away for a figure. They'd send stuff in like little baggies like this. And it's pretty cool. It almost feels like it's the official product, but I know it's a KO. You got the Juggernaut measurements. Marvel Studios, warning, choking hazard. Even got the Marvel.com on it. The accessories come in a baggie. You got the alternate head and the hands. The head, the unmasked head, is scaled down as well. I feel it could have been scaled down a little bit more, but I wish they didn't just do a straight up scale down on this one. So the back, well, it's meant to work with the Juggernaut necks. And the way this one is, and with the Hulk has the Hulk body doesn't have much of a neck. So you put the alternate head on, helmeted head. And he has no neck. So like a Mattel Masterverse issue, where it's half a head in the back. So I probably end up, if I use one of these heads, I'll put some spacers in here and sculpt the back of the head. But looking at the head, the paint looks great. Very detailed. I love the wash on the red hair. And you've still got the bruised up eye. Looks really good. One thing I wish they would have done too, as an option, paint this one like a Cain Marko head. where you could have had a bruised up head, and this one's actually meant to fit this body. Been cool, a nice alternative, but hey, this thing was like less than $21. You get this big massive figure for like 21 bucks. I'll put a link down below where you can get this sucker. As you can tell right now, I like this. This is a cool figure, especially for the price point. Let's look at the hands right quick. These are to the 2-pack and Build-A-Figure Juggernaut. You can see the wrist pegs are big, chunky, big hands. The knuckle dusters are part of the hand. These are for the 80th anniversary Hulk. You see how small the wrist pegs are. So one thing I don't like about the 80th anniversary Hulk, these wrist pegs are tiny. As you can see, the knuckle dusters are a separate piece on the KO. And you got the sculpt of the 80th anniversary Hulk hands. Oop. Actually, it looks like the KO hands actually have more range of motion. The hinges cut out more. Oh, that's cool. The hinges are bigger, same size pegs, but it's got a little bit more range of motion on the hands when you plug them in. Let's see, is it the same way with the fist? The fists look the same. They look about the same. Well, I said that before turning around. You get a little bit more range of motion on the bottom hinge, so you can get more of a wrist up motion. I'm really pleased with this KO. This is really cool. I like the fact that he's actually scaled down a little bit, and I like using the textured pants on the 80th anniversary. The only thing you can really notice a little bit is you can tell this is supposed to be a bare chest, but not much difference when you look at the. It looks like a bare sculpt as well. Well, you can see there's the belly button. There's the belly button, so you can't really complain too much because the official one, it looks like a bare chest as well. Now, they put a lot of new sculpting on this. Like I said, the armbands, the gauntlets, the knuckle dusters, the belt's new. You can actually. It's a removable piece. You can actually unbutton it from the front. Unlike with the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, the belt is actually a single piece. When you assemble the figure, you just slide it on the waist. It comes with the waist piece for that Build-A-Figure. The articulation, you got a little more. You actually got more articulation than on the Build-A-Figure because you got the 80th anniversary Hulk rear butterfly joints. All the joints are nice and tight. One thing, let's see, the elbows will hyperextend. Will that do that on the Hulk? The Hulk does it too. Not as much, but well, it's about the same. Yep, they hyperextend backwards. Wrist joints, like I said, you got just a little bit more range of motion on the wrist joints than with where the hinges are cut out a little bit more. You got nice stiff hips. You got the diaphragm joint that bends forward, crunches back, waist twist. Everything's good and tight. The hip joints are tight. Thigh swivels are good. Really tight on some of them. Double jointed knees. Get you around 90 degrees. There is no boot cut because it's, like I said, it's just a modified, shrunken down Juggernaut legs, lower legs, so it's one sculpt to the boot. You have hinged ankles and ankle pivots. Of course, the head's on a dumbbell joint. That's one of the things I don't like about the 80th anniversary Hulk. You don't have a lot of range of motion in this neck. And so with having the Juggernaut helmet on there, you can't really get them to look up. As you just pop the head off instead of looking up. Plus, where this head is meant to be on this Juggernaut body, you got a hinged. In case anybody wants a smaller head for their Juggernaut, regular Juggernaut, that actually looks pretty good too. It makes it actually look bulkier. But the ball socket's bigger, so you'd actually have to modify this to work on this one. If anybody's wanting to build a figure, the official Build-A-Figure complete, and don't want to pay expensive prices for the head, you can get this for 20 bucks, then use this for fodder. All you have to do is do like what I do with the O-ring method. Do that, and you can have your head for your Build-A-Figure Juggernaut. And it's got the smooth helmet too. He is smaller than the Build-A-Figure. Let's do a little bit of comparisons. As we have it here. These are big boys. Let's just do two at a time and do some comparisons. We got this with the original Build-A-Figure. And you can see where he's on the 80th anniversary Hulk, and the parts are scaled down to fit the 80th anniversary Hulk. He's a little shorter than the Build-A-Figure. He is. Looks good though. I like the size. And here we have him with the 80th anniversary Hulk. You can see they're the same build, same everything except for the lower legs. That looks good. I actually like that size comparison with the Juggernaut versus Hulk. Okay, let's pull in the 2-pack Juggernaut. Since this is basically what this one is copying and using scaled down parts of. I like having more Juggernauts for different displays. This one will be, I bought 3 of these. One to use the lower legs for the Maestro, and 2 for Juggernauts. And the rest of the body will be fodder for something. I'm not quite sure yet, but I'll find something to do because these are really nice. So, yeah, these look good together. I like it. Well, not together, but this is a, well, look here. That's the official one. Has a big gouge in the arm. The quality is right on par with the regular Legends. I like this thing. Oh, one more scale comparison. One of the things I'll use this for. Back in the late 90s, he crossed over into the Ultraverse. And he was part of the Exiles. Let's get some Ultraverse characters in here and see how he looks. There he is with my Prime. And here's Adam and Bob. I know these guys weren't part of the Exiles, but they were in the Ultraverse. Yep, one of these will be in my Ultraverse display. I like it. All in all, this is such a great figure for such a low price. I got this from Allied Express. I'll put a link down below to the vendor I bought it from. Since I didn't have any issues getting my figures, I got them pretty quick. I ordered them last week. I got them yesterday. Shipping's fast. Shipping's cheap. The qualities are good. If you're just wanting like a cheap Juggernaut for your display, a cheap price Juggernaut, not cheap quality, this is a great addition. Or if you just want big guy fodder, these are great. I appreciate you taking the time to watch the review. Like, share, subscribe, and
you can't stop the Juggernaut!